Let me give you another illustration. This will help some of you, I think, who struggle in this area. Not that you do not confess, it's just that sometimes your wrangling with sin causes you to doubt that you have been converted. A man is unconverted. He's getting ready to leave for the office. It's snowing outside. He's late. He's dropping papers out of his briefcase. He's got to get through the kitchen. Doesn't have time to eat. No cup of coffee. He's miserable. He reaches for the door. He's going to run out to the office. And at that moment, his wife calls him and says, "Take out the trash." Without even thinking, the man spins around and says, "What's wrong with you? You take out the trash. Don't you know I'm late? I've got a job to do. I've got all this pressure on me. You take out the trash." And he walks out the door totally justified. Has no problem with what he's done. No problem whatsoever. Gets in the car, has coffee, goes to his job, makes his presentation. He's fine. 3 months later, he's converted. And then 9 months later, he's coming down the steps, walking through the kitchen. It's snowing outside. He's got all kinds of pressure on him. There's papers flying out of his briefcase. His boss is just giving him up and down problems. He's getting ready to walk outside, and all of a sudden his wife comes down the stairs behind him and says, "Take out the trash before you leave." And without even thinking, he spins around and goes, "What's wrong with you? Take out the trash. Don't you see? I've got an appointment. I'm dropping papers. I got so much pressure on me." You say, "Well, Brother Paul, what happened then?" I mean, what did conversion do to him? What did conversion do? The moment he spun around and the moment those words started coming out of his mouth, it was like someone took a knife and drove it straight through his heart. And he bucks up against it. He gathers his papers. He doesn't apologize. He knows he's wrong. He's even more furious now. He walks out the door. He's miserable. He is miserable. He gets in his car. He's going to drive off. He can't even drive the car. He's miserable for what he's done. He bucks up against it. He makes it to the office. He's got to go in and give his presentation. And finally, he just looks at his team and goes, "Look, I'll be there in a minute. I'll be there in a minute." And he gets down on his knees, "Oh God, forgive me." And when he finishes there, he gets on his cell phone and he says, "Wife, I am so sorry for what I've done. Forgive me. I can't go in there unless you forgive me." You don't think that's powerful? You don't think that's supernatural? I'm telling you it is. Something's happened to this man. And gradually, it will start coming out more and more and more. It will take a while. But when his wife comes down and says, "Take out the trash," say, I can't right now. Or, "Okay, I will." Because he's no longer consumed with self. God has worked in his heart. Do you see that? That's what we're talking about.